In the last videos, we got a website hosted on GitHub Pages and have set it up with a custom domain with HTTPS enabled. In this video, I'm going to walk through the process of selecting a free Bootstrap template to quickly modify to suit your own specific website needs. Now, you don't need to use a template to create a website. You could just build one up from scratch. Well, websites aren't anything new and they all tend to follow the same basic standards now, so why not cut your work in half? I personally like to use Bootstrap, which originated from Twitter, as a way for them to share common design patterns. It then went open source and it has been growing with the internet ever since. I would highly recommend checking out the site if you are learning HTML and web development. They have a lot of great well-vetted examples. For the purposes of this video though, we are going to head over to the themes page, and here you will see a lot of great examples of websites for about $50. Which, if you find something that really matches up with what you're looking for, a small price to pay. However, in the spirit of this video series, let's stay free and instead go to a website called Start Bootstrap, link below. There will be some paid themes here as well, but there are a lot of great free options. In my case, I'm going to choose the New Age one and click the free download button. This will download a zip folder, which you just open up and drag the contents into the folder where we will work on our site. Now, you may get a file conflict because we already have an index.html file. Just override that one with the one from the theme. Then if we open back up the browser that had our local live preview server, you will see it is now that theme. That is it, a drag and drop, and we are already working with a professional looking website. In fact, if we commit all these files now and push that to GitHub, and after waiting a few moments, our live public website now looks like the template we chose. Now, that is obviously not something you should be doing if you already had users going to your website. In that case, create your entire website and test it, then point your DNS over to the new site when it is done and not before, like we are doing in this example here. Now we just need to rip out the parts we don't need and change the wording to what we want instead. To do that, we just look at the index.html file, which is laid out similar to the order you see things on the website. And if you, for whatever reason, can't find the right part, just look for keywords. So right off the bat, we can change the wording in the tab title to be the company name instead. In the menu dropdown, I don't need this feedback button. I mean, I probably do need feedback, but not something I need to sort out right now. The header can change from Start Bootstrap to the company name as well. When you start deleting chunks, it is very important that you always make sure you delete everything from the opening to the closing tag. Now, obviously, I would display my games and or products here, but I don't have anything I want to advertise yet, so I just want to leave this as a placeholder website for now. I want to keep the footer and don't need the rest of these sections, so I delete most of them, leaving 2. Next, I want to drag over my logo to put in the first section, so I drag these into the asset folder under images. Then in the first section, I add an image tag and set the source attribute similar to the way another image was referenced on the page, but making sure I reference my logo image instead. Also notice that I create an image tag, but I don't have a closing image tag. That is because this is a void element. Some tags don't allow any content like the H1 or P tags below. So instead you might see a trailing slash at the end like I have here, but that is actually optional and not an HTML requirement. Next, I simply change the text to something mildly amusing with a coming soon note and delete the other section for now until I have more content to fill. Then I add a class to my image so that I can easily modify it with some CSS, which in my case here, just adding some margin space to separate it a bit from the text below. Then I noticed I had the content all in one half of the page, so I just need to make sure that that spanned the full width. Another nice touch is to add a favicon, which is the tiny logo you see in the browser's tabs at the top. To do this, there are websites like favicon.io where you can upload the logo PNG like I already have, and it will generate a list of images to use for favicons and various devices. Just open the folder it gives you and drag all the contents to a similar place like we did for the logo. It will also provide you a snippet of code to add to your index.html file. Just add that near the top of your index.html file and make sure you get rid of any other references to any favicon or images that already may be there. and then adjust the paths from the snippet to match the right paths, similar to what we did with the logo. Lastly, I edited the menu items to just be a contact link for now, which I changed to use mail to and provided my contact email. This will automatically pop open the user's preferred mail application with my contact email auto-populated as a quick and simple contact method for now. After that, I just did a quick last check to see if there is any other issues before committing it and pushing it to GitHub. Once I did that and waited a bit, all my changes were visible on my public site. So that is it for this mini series on creating a free website. Hopefully you now have everything you need to get started and to create something like this. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you would like to know about web development. I'll likely revisit this website in the future as I add more content and maybe some videos around adding some wow factor. If you are interested in web and game development, be sure to subscribe to follow along, and I will see you in the next one.